Hello, Senior Stoner fan. Just the real Senior Stoner back at you for your Ispire Daab. Daab of the day with diamonds. Hello, everybody. Today is Friday. Thanks for joining me. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, join the family. You know what to do. Become part of something really cool, the Senior Stoner family. And by the way, I do want to thank all the new members, all the new subscribers. Welcome. Welcome. Ask your questions. Feel free to send me your comments. I reply to every single one of them. Let's get started with today's topic. I think it's going to be an interesting one. Have you ever wondered how you could become a more trustworthy person? See, trustworthy is an admirable and desirable characteristic. Let's face it. It's a trait that other people look for in a person, and it's confirmation that you're reliable, supportive, and honest. You can become more trustworthy and have others come to rely on you. Let's discuss how. Well, you want to be a positive force. Have more than good intentions in life. While it's nice to mean well, it's far better to show people that you're a person who is reliable, tries their best at all times, and thinks clearly. Meaning well can end with all sorts of problems, including excusing yourself for failure to follow through. On the other hand, good character lets oneself tell the people by doing the traits, knowing they can rely on you. Actions prove far more than words, and good character, frankly, is forged in good, caring, and thoughtful action. You've got to be reliable and keep your word. I'm not even going to do sidebars and tell you how I grew learning these things from a very young child. It was beaten into me. And guess what? I became reliable and trustworthy to a fault. Well, when you say you're going to do it, you better do it. People rely on a promise, and seeing it through is truly the hallmark of a trustworthy person. Hand things on time. Be where you say you're going to be when you say you're going to be there. Arrive when you say you will and depart when you say you would. And if there's an issue, call ahead. Make sure you let them know. Don't break your promise. And if you have problems, talk to the person about circumstances, but with a view to fulfilling what you can of the promise you made. Don't simply fail to do it or slink away if it's not doable. Be honest in everything you do. Honesty is the keystone to people knowing where they stand with you. Honesty includes having good manners. When being frank, at least be polite. Sometimes it's necessary to sugarcoat the truth so the bitter pill is swallowed with greater ease. But honesty is essential. Sometimes it can be hard, but it's essential. Even in hard situations, always tell the truth. Simple sidebar, you won't have to remember anything. If you tell lies, you better have a perfect memory of who you told what to when. About what. Be compassionate. Be kind and considerate. Those traits feed right into trustworthiness because it lets people know you care and that you're willing to give them the time of day. Compassion must be felt from within and learned through experience by standing in other people's shoes, frankly, seeing things from their perspective. Practice maybe looking at things from other people's perspective until it feels second nature. And then when you're able to think of the other person first, because you've already internally well nurtured, guess what? You'll be viewed as trustworthy. You can't fake it. Trustworthy people keep confidences and secrets. People tell you things because they trust you. I was a one-way street. You could tell me anything. People told me stuff you wouldn't believe. You know why? I would help them, guide them, and tell no one. That's the bond that will never be broken. You've got to guard those confidences closely, unless and until the person who bestowed them on you with the confidence says you can share or do otherwise with that information. Remember to make good friends. Avoid befriending the gossiping types, other than to say hello to them. Instead, try to find people with good character who are also aiming to be trustworthy, caring, and strong, just like you. You'll end up supporting each other, and remember, the quality over quantity applies to friendships more than anything else in life. While being friendly, wonderful trait, having quality friends who are close to you will often mean the group you can count on one hand or less. You've got to rid yourself of negative behaviors. You can't deceive people. You can't lie. The truth always comes out. Always. One way or the other. You got to remind yourself of that. If you tell the truth, one-way street. You won't have to remember anything. Try to avoid the gossip. Try to avoid the rumor mongering and all the innuendo that's out there. None of those things read trustworthy person. They're the absolute opposite. Try to move away from the gossip clan if you can. Gossiping clans make sure you take turns to dish out garbage about those not in the garbage clan, the gossiping clan. Once it's your turn, you probably hurt somebody's feelings while you tell everything about them. Remember, the truth will always find a way to come out. Don't even start with the nasties. And if all else fails, just think about how that person you're talking about would feel. And just tell your friends you got nothing to say. Remember to apologize when it's needed. Tell people you may have hurt that you're sorry for making a mistake, for getting it wrong, for being out of order. Sometimes it's best to say you're sorry and own the mistake. And then, and only then, can you move on and do your best to not do it over again. You've learned from your mistake. Well, what you want to try to do is maintain as much long-term relationships as you can. And that means no cheating on, no lying or sneaking on, because you got to understand that clarity and a willingness to be close long-term is what's going to help you become more trustworthy, and those with you. Realize that being trustworthy is a journey. It's not an end point. It's not a stopping point. It takes time to evolve and to modify bad behaviors. We've got to remind ourselves at all times that being trustworthy is a valuable asset. Because when people care about you, know they can rely on your word, and that you're honorable and honest, you'll be given more important tasks. You'll become the keeper of the great confidences, and you'll be more respected. That's the outcome we're looking for. You're going to be stronger from this. It's important to remember that being trustworthy has nothing to do with popularity. Sometimes people actually will not appreciate your honesty or your strength against unkindness and unwillingness to gossip or spread rumors. It's a fact you're going to have to live with, and you're going to see it firsthand. But it's something you might not have been prepared for. You've got to remember our cyclical world, that you come around and have two things always: hope and opportunity. So believe in yourself and continue to validate all the good in you already. Just thinking about this, if you're watching this, is good. You've done a good thing because you want to become more trustworthy. Loyalty to those not even around you right now proves loyalty to those who are around you. Remember, you lay down with dogs, you get fleas. Hanging out with better role models will inspire you. Trust takes time to build. It does not happen overnight. You hang out with those people, help them with their problems, and they will come to trust you. And you will learn to treat others the way you wish you would be treated. If somebody tells you something personal, you'll keep it to yourself. Remember, truth has no agenda. Being truthful and trustworthy is an aphrodisiac, actually. It's sexy. And it's thrilling when a person does exactly what they say they're going to do. But you've got to understand the catch-22. Trust takes years to build, and a split second in instant to destroy. Always think carefully before acting in haste regarding your trustworthiness. Half-truths are whole lies. Omissions are lies too. And don't let your friends tell you who you want to be. You tell them who you are. This is the Real Senior Stoner, talking about how you can become even more trustworthy. I'm sure many of us out there are very trustworthy, but how can we even become more trustworthy and maximize our good intentions? As always, if you enjoyed the video, you guys all know what to do. We're going to hit this puppy at 370. Coming out of the pipe with a low temp dab, you will see the vapor start to circle in the right around the bucket, right at the glass above the bucket. You'll start to see that vapor. Let's look for it. This is a great device. Really easy to hold in the hand or sit on the desktop, and it put such a punch. Very impressive. Along with flavor. Here we go. Cheers, everybody. Oh, my Lord. I can't even take a second hit. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. And let's all become more trustworthy. Cheers.